Alright, so probably about like an hour beforehand, so kind of stop by your room real quick and kind of go like, "Hey, about to go meet Constantine. It's that time."
As you approached, she had her trident just relax on her shoulder. She just plops it down on the ground, not spearing it, and turns her full body around, eyebrow raised up, and then nods over to one of the beds, gestures towards it,
Sits down.
just nods.
So what should I say? We haven't really talked about what we kind of experienced in Michael's eye.
That, for a moment, there's like a brief kind of confusion before all of a sudden her eyes just narrow with a clarity. Yes, of course. That was actually quite the event. What do you have in mind?
Yeah? I don't know. I mean, I guess it goes kind of way. Do we want to trust?
I mean, lack of trust is the first way to make a team fall apart. Sure, there might be avenues of distrust or avenues for us to be paranoid, but having that standard benefit of the doubt, we all have a common mission. If there is the possibility that there is a mole or a leak, at least we know where they're going. And at least we know possibly who's the source of that leak. But I digress. It seems like Michael's eye is quite the terrible task to get through, so more on them if they want to break their neck.
Yeah. I'm in not the same thought, so more about just double checking.
Anything, like a vibe that gave you any distrust?
Not so. I don't know. It's not distrust. I guess curiosity, you could say.
Well,
He seems. I suppose say almost probably more than you in some regards.
could you repeat that? You kind of got quiet.
He said he's more insightful, it seems like.
Well,
In some cases, more than you.
that is his profession. Sometimes
Yeah,
having all that insight does you no good if it falls on deaf ears.
very true. I don't know. I guess I'm worried about what he'll see in me, I guess. On some things
Oh.
I don't see in myself that would be revealed.
What he sees is what he sees. Who you will be is determined by who you want to be. You see something you don't like, you change it. If you feel like you can't change, well, then you're about to surprise everybody. Change is possible. You just need enough stubbornness, or she narrows her eyes a slight bit, extremely focused, or you just need to see the flaw in your own logic. That you deserve to exist. in the way that you want to exist.
Yeah.
And at that, she picks up her trident and just places it on her back, properly mounted. Don't let anybody tell you who they want you to become. You are who you are. You'll find out who you will become because you will want to be that way. If you find something you don't like, there's thousands of universes where you weren't that. Sure, it might just be a flicker of a doubt or a small possibility, but out of all those infinite possibilities, you have to be the one to choose the exact sentence that you want the universe to view you as. Just pokes you in the chest. And if you like that sentence, then you'll write a story about it. Or a song. Or others will write it for you.
I was about to say, I'm not much of a story writer. But I understand.
Or you'll make something that will reveal everything of who you are because you put your heart and soul into it. You'll do good. But don't let anybody decide who you should become. Once they do that, you strike them down. Her nostrils kind of flare a little bit, and there's a very sharp, kind of, almost somewhat of a snort. A slight growl in there. Before she shakes that off and straightens up her shoulders. But yes, to help you make your, I guess, research statement, let me go see here. And she starts moving around in her bag, shifting, then shifting a little bit more than usual, just mumbling to herself before she grabs a particular notebook, flips through it, and very carefully actually starts taking a few things out. Makes them nice and tidy, rolls them up, puts them in a scroll case, and hands them over to you.
Takes it.
If I don't have these back in the way that I gave them to you, cracks your knuckles.
I understand, champ.
Alright. Pats you hardly on the back.
Kinda gives you a look.
Gives you a nod.
Just 'cause I am curious. Which one am I talking to right now?
Gives you a strange look. Just go to your appointment. And I'm the one that matters. Kind of shoves you away. Go, 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 go.
Like, nonsense.
She goes back to her bag. She's like, who the fuck is Constantine? Mumbles under in either breath.
By the way, that is the third Hanu he's talked to. He's talked to the Oracle, you, and the champ.
Yeah.
Dude's like, is this the champ right now?
Yeah, it's the chosen.
The chosen.
Yeah. She is the champ, though. It's all figured out. Yeah. Alrighty.
That's why I put the nickname.
Alrighty. I'm gonna finish the record unless there's anything else. Alright.